Take them or leave them, but by 2020, the millennials will make up a third of all adults in the United States.
You may know one, millennials lacking life skills like cooking, budgeting, or time management.
They're not interested in owning a house.
Many millennials say buying a home these days is just not an option.
She is calling millennials the burnout generation.
According to a new study, millennials say that the term snowflake is in fact harmful to their mental health.
Millennials hate this shit. They hate it.
Welcome to another episode of Millennial Malarkey. I'm Adam.
I'm Alec.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Pam.
That's new.
That is very new.
What inspired the choice of Pam?
It's an Archer reference.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Where she just randomly, everybody's like, Archer, Babu, Lana, Pam! She like screams her own name.
That used to be such a good show.
It really did. Remember Woodhouse?
How could one forget?
Remember Woodhouse?
I honestly think they just got away from like the secret agent stuff because they didn't want to use the name ISIS.
Oh, they've outright admitted that that's what happened.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like they're on record for saying that's what happened, which kind of sucks because like the two things Archer had going for it were office comedy and then like secret agent comedy. And then all of a sudden it's not like a secret agency and they're not, in an office anymore. So it's like, okay, where do we go from here?
They're going back to it though. Like that's
Are they really?
The next season is going to be potentially the last one, and it's going to be about like Archer after he wakes up from his coma, and like he's been in it for like 3 years, so he has like what is it, muscle atrophy? Is that how you say it?
Oh, well, yeah. Adam's the doctor, so
Adam, do you
either
concur?
Atrophy or atrophy?
Adam concurs. Okay, so yeah, Archer has muscle atrophy or atrophy, and he has like a tacticane, I think is what they're calling it, which is like a cane he uses for walking, but it's also like loaded up with like James Bond gadgets. So
is he basically like the Dr. House of secret agent?
Yes.
Now.
Exactly. And I'm hopeful
Nice.
that kind of goes back to their roots of, like you said, the office / secret agent comedy.
Yeah, hopefully. Because they definitely kind of went downhill a little bit, in my opinion, once they started going the whole like cheerleading route.
Yeah, it kind of worked, and then it just all fell apart, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Like it wasn't necessarily terrible when they started doing all like the drug stuff, but it was just like, I don't know, it lost its charm. And like they stopped doing like the inside jokes that kept like, recurring throughout the seasons too, it felt like. So yeah. I felt like that was a big part of it. But anyways, nice throwback, Jesse.
Thank you.
Good throwback. Anyways, summer is done. Fall is officially here.
Time
I
for
don't
some
know about
pumpkin spice lattes.
Dude, I don't know what the weather's like with y'all, but the past since July has been just straight 98 degrees here. And today is the first day where like now it's rainy and it was a high of 68. And yeah, it's back in the 80s the next couple of days, but it's the low 80s, which is a pleasant change from the high 90s. So I think that means fall is officially here for me, and I could not be more excited. I had a hot glass of apple cider last night right before bed and some cinnamon rolls coming up. So I'm just thriving right now. So I don't know how it's looking for you guys, but
dude, Virginia sucks. Yeah. That cold front is going to come through tonight. So we had a high of like 80 something.
Ugh.
And then the next week it's in the mid 70s.
Kansas City we kind of hit that like a few days ago. It was like, pretty consistent summer weather. And then one day, all of a sudden it was just fall. It was great. Like it was so cool. It was kind of breezy. Like you could smell it. It was just such a nice change. And it just happened. Usually you kind of feel the transition, but this one was just like overnight, which was an awesome surprise.
Yeah, hopefully our immune systems are all pretty okay after that, but I am thrilled with things, so.
Ooh. Anyway, so let's take a look back on our 2019 summer vacations for some of us, summer vacations for the others. Do you want to start, Andrew?
I think that Adam probably had the most exciting summer of all of us, and either Jesse or myself had the least exciting. So I think we should probably start with Jesse and me, and then work our way up to Adam if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jesse, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go ahead and start it off?
I can start because at least you do like entertaining lifestyle stuff.
No, thank you.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm a grad student in Rolla, Missouri, and I research all the time, basically as a job. So my summer.
Jesse, what's your research?
What's my research in? I research ceramic welding, and so
how to put two toilets together.
Kind of.
I think it's more like you want to take two ceramic bowls, and make a ceramic ball.
He's not far off, honestly.
Wait,
really?
He's really not. Like, ultimately, they want to take some kind of shell shape and like be able to wrap nuclear trisofuels, TRISO for our listeners, trisofuels, and then kind of weld the seams together as one option for a big nuclear thing. And then the other thing is they want to make nuclear reactors that have certain types of ceramic materials as like support structures. And the support structures, if they're going to be ceramic, have to be joined in some way, because the reason they're using ceramics is they have the temperature need, and then also a couple other things that we don't have to get into. And they want to be able to, it's kind of like if you have a whole bunch of plates, you could drill holes in them and bolt them together. With ceramics, you can't do that. And so, because they'll crack at the holes. Like if you have a hole in a flower pot and you drop it, the hole is where the crack starts. And so we have to find ways to join those materials together. And the ways that they have are kind of crummy right now. And so that's where my research comes in. So it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy it. So in that aspect, my summer was really great. But I also am a creature of habit, and I do very well when I'm on a schedule. And so I would wake up at 7, get into work by 8, work for give or take 8 hours, sometimes more, sometimes less, and then go to the gym for 3 hours, and then, or not 3 hours, 2.5 typically, like have time to like relax, hang out with friends, stuff like that, and then go home at night, have a couple hours to myself, rinse and repeat. And when the weekends came, sometimes I'd go into work 8 hours, go home and relax. Ugh. And again, but remember, I like to work with what I'm researching, and then sometimes I'd just stay at home all day and like watch Netflix, or go on a float trip sometimes, or I don't know, play games, talk to people, go hang out with people, just kind of all over. Pretty lackadaisical summer. There was no real trips or like traveling anywhere. Oh, take that back. I went to Vegas for the first time.
Vegas, baby.
But that was for a work conference. So I was the only one.
How many strippers?
Huh?
How many strippers?
None, but I was offered the number of a stripper numerous times by one of my friends he was on a plane to Vegas, and he sat next to an exotic dancer, and she was talking to my friend, and he's like 30. He's still in grad school, though. He had kind of a weird ride through, but he basically is just super nice and super charismatic. And so like they got to talking, and he was asking her what she did. She's like, oh, I do this in Vegas. And he's like, oh my gosh, can I ask you some stuff about that? I've always wanted to talk to somebody who does that. And ultimately he gets her number, and she's like, if you're ever in Vegas, call me, remind me of who you are. I will remember. I meet a lot of people. So, remind me who you are. And then, I know. And then she's like, I'll get you to any club you want, this, that, and the other. And so he was like, here, take this number. Here's the number for my stripper. It's like, no, I don't want your stripper's number. It was a good time.
You passed up a golden opportunity, sir.
I probably did. But that being said, I was the only one who wanted to gamble, and I won money, and it was fun.
I literally
had never played a video slot
Well, Jesse's gambling addiction started with Friday Night Magic back in high school, if I can recall correctly.
According to my father, yes. You can't play Magic the Gathering anymore because you won that tournament, and that's like gambling because you had to pay money to enter, and you're going to get addicted to it.
It's like, okay. You quitting the Magic lifestyle probably helped with your love life, so it all worked out.
Probably. And so the best part about Vegas was that literally I put in $5 into a machine, and I didn't know it at the time, but I literally got $130 out of it. I just walked up, hit go, because I had only ever played like pull lever slots, not like, I guess, mechanical slots.
So you started with $5 in slots and ended with 130?
I ended with 100 because I thought, oh, there's no way that's $130. That must be like credit or something. Like, oh, I've got enough credit. And then I got to 100 and I was like, maybe I should cash out. And it was like, oh, okay, go see a cashier. And she handed me $100 bill. And I was like, oh my God, that was $130. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I've never played video slots before. I don't know. Don't judge me. Oh my God, I've got so much money. What am I going to do? So naturally, I was like, all right, give me more money. Like, here we go. Roulette table, la-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. And I turned $5 in the roulette table to like $50 in front of all my friends. And they're like, oh my God. And I was like, you just have to bet slow. Everybody's like, okay. And so then I did it. And obviously, the longer you play, your luck turns around. And so, because the cards always beat you.
We need to go to Vegas with you, Jess.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should turn this episode into a how to gamble episode with Jesse Jarman.
Honestly, we should go through your summers first, and then we can jump back to this maybe in the second segment for a quick hop. But ultimately, it just it was fun. It was a great trip. Had a great time. I will be definitely going back now that I haven't thought about Vegas, honestly, because school in like 4 months. So now I got the itch. Dang it, I gotta go back. It's a lot of fun. It was my professors, bear in mind, these are people who will decide whether or not I get my PhD, are looking at me like, I have never seen somebody so happy to just be in a room full of flashing lights. And that's like, as we would walk through the casino to get to where the conference was being held in our hotel, they're like, all right, somebody hold Jesse's hand, make sure he doesn't get lost. And I was like, but look at that one. It's ready. Look at the freaking the counter. It's really high. It's gone up like 6,000 since we left. And they're like, come on, we got to go. We have presentations. It's like, I don't have anywhere to be for 30 minutes. Let go of my hand. So it was bad. And then I was like not nervous sweating, but like I had just like a nervous tick the whole time, like just looking like, oh my God, where do we go next? So I'm not the greatest place or person to be in Vegas all the time. Also, everything there is like bad for you, like so bad. The food is super expensive and it tastes like crap and beds aren't comfy. But
fair enough.
But those slot machines. So anyhow, that's it. All right, somebody else talk. I've talked way too long. I'm so sorry.
Andrew?
No, this is fascinating because, Jesse, I've always considered you to be, of the four of us, and no offense to Adam or Alec, and then also that would include me too, but Jesse, I've always considered you to be the most hardworking of all of us and also the most like fiscally responsible. So it's kind of interesting to hear about you kind of having a fun time gambling.
I am very fiscally responsible. I hate watching money leave. That being said, as soon as I was up in Vegas, I was like, I brought $200 to gamble with, and I am not even going to touch it.
Well, I think that
what
you have to do, I know some people that like, it's almost like an entertainment fund, like some people will say like, oh, let's, spend, X amount of money on, going to see a movie or going to do this activity. Some people do that with gambling. They say, we're going to go out tonight. We're going to use X amount of money. And if we, use it all up, that's that. We've had our entertainment. That's what we're paying for. That's what we're stopping at. So as long as you can monitor yourself and limit yourself, you should be okay. And like Andrew said, Jesse is a very fiscally responsible person. So shouldn't be an issue, but after your little testimony there, I don't know.
I would ration out to myself, like, all right, here's $20. You have like all this money, you can walk away. Like everything I did was like, okay, you are up this much money. You may continue gambling, but you will not gamble past what you have gained. Like, you will not touch the $200 you brought to gamble with, because we've already used all this money to have fun that we got from the house. And so it was like every day, it was like, all right, you get $40 today to play with. And I was like, okay, $5 in, and I'd get like 20 back or whatever. And I'd be okay, like, I'm leaving. That's it. Whenever I got excited or whatever, I was like, just walk away. It's my judgment will start to be clouded the more I win. So, and they're walking around offering you free everything. Like, what can we get you to cloud your judgment? Here, take this, that, and the other. You want smokes? You want cigars? You want like beer, liquor, whiskey? What do you want? Like, no, I don't want anything. I'm playing poker.
Man, there was one time like at a bar in Maryville that I was, my judgment was clouded. Let's put it that way. Sure. My roommate actually took my wallet from me because I was like offering to buy drinks for a lot of people. So he was like, nope, I'm going to hold on to that. You can have that back tomorrow. So shout out to my roommate from college. He's a really good guy and I miss him.
Are you sure that he was doing it to make sure you weren't buying stuff for everyone, or he was doing it to make sure you were buying stuff for just him?
Nah, if you met him, like you'd be like, this is like the most wholesome dude. I know you are.
I'm totally just kidding, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew, tell me about your summer.
Yeah, well, I didn't do anything as like outrageously exciting as Vegas or what Alec and Adam are going to tell us in a bit. But summer kind of started with the band I moved out here to join falling apart. So off to a great start there. And then at the same time, I started working a 4 a.m. shift at a retail company, which I won't name right now. So, basically every other day has been waking up at 3 a.m. to take that morning shift while I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing out here and being in a band. So I didn't go anywhere. Oh, okay, that's not true. I went for 2 days back to Kansas City, which is home, to see the opening game of the KU football season, since my uncle's out there coaching right now, which was fun. But I mean, it was going home, so it's not really a vacation. Plus it was 2 days. But that was cool because my college roommate actually flew down from Michigan to go to that game with me, and I haven't seen him since graduation, actually 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago. I don't know how long ago it was. A year ago, shoot. It feels like it was longer than that. So that was nice. But yeah, no, the majority of the highlights of this summer have been just me going down to Nashville once a week, trying to find some new singers and stuff like that at the kind of singer-songwriter nights at a bunch of cafes and bars and stuff down there, which has been cool to, see more of the city and more of the venues and stuff like that, but hasn't been fruitful to this point for finding more bandmates. So yeah, nothing too exciting on my end here. But I mean, we were talking about this too when we decided that we were going to maybe talk about our summer vacations like that. I didn't think anyone really had a summer vacation because something that Adam did was also kind of school related. So I wasn't really considering that to be a vacation because I thought that was sort of more for work. Although I forgot that there was also some additional time on there that you did use to travel a bit. But I haven't actually had a vacation set like period since senior year of high school when I went with Alec to go skiing in Colorado. And that was during spring break. I haven't had a summer vacation in probably like since middle school because it's always been basically spent working either in Kansas City or my family has a place down in Florida. So like my junior year or between I think junior year and senior year of high school, I was down in Florida for 7 straight weeks, which sounds like a kick-ass vacation. But I mean, it was at our home away from home and I was working like a full-time job that entire summer. So, I haven't like actually had a vacation and I kind of forgot that people did that still.
I feel like this is the Andrew, opening of Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Man, I could use a vacation. And he gets dragged into more work and has to
I started playing the Reignited trilogy. But okay, sorry, Andrew. I still have the little glass jar that you bought somewhere in Florida that has like the fossilized shark tooth or something in it. You got that as like a gift. That did that? Yeah. You got that as like a gift. I think maybe for each of us. I'm not sure, but I still have mine.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if I had gotten that or Adam did from the Outer Banks or something. But no, that was me.
Yeah, it's literally sitting on a shelf. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, is the shark tooth still in there?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't take
you said
it
you
out.
had the little glass jar that had. You said it had a shark tooth in it.
Well, I mean, the jar
I was a little confused.
I kept the jar for sentimental value, but the tooth I used for its purpose.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's in your mouth right now. You use that for eating.
Yes. Well, it's really good for
time out.
fish.
Yeah, time out. How did they get that shark tooth in the little jar?
Well,
that's actually a question for a ceramic engineer, I feel like.
Yeah, how do they weld like two different pieces together?
Well, you see, it's all about the molecules.
Oh, God.
It's all about phasing it directly through the electron
after
cloud.
I pitched the idea about like welding two bowls together, I was like, man, maybe I should take this advanced glass course.
No, it's not. I don't even do anything with the advanced glass stuff anymore. You guys know that, right? Like that, I took the class when I thought that I really wanted to do glass science.
You took it. You realized you were more of an intermediate glass kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, I took beginner glass. Intermediate glass is like way out of my scope.
Well, it's like if it's not what you want to do, then why take the advanced classes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The answer was because we needed we needed something to take for an elective. So.
Okay. So we figure out how to put a shark tooth in a glass jar in advanced glass.
It's actually, the glass is the same size. They just fold the shark tooth and then unfold it with a toothpick.
Yeah, I was going to say, Adam, you don't actually learn that in advanced glass. You learn that in advanced shark.
Okay.
But like, real quick, I did give you...
Yeah, it's Shark Week. You got to learn that in Sharknado, number 4? What are they on now? Sharknado, like 4
I
or
don't
5?
know.
They
teach you that in Sharknado.
Oh my God. Real
Too
quick,
many.
did I give you guys all one of those jars?
Yeah, I think so.
Jesse, did you get one?
I had a shark tooth because I found a shark tooth. I don't think
wait, did you get a little glass jar with one in it?
I don't think I did.
Oh my God. Okay. That's why I was confused, because I definitely like a month or two ago found one in like the middle console in my car. And which is why I thought like, oh, Adam must have got this for all of us. So I think I forgot to give it to one of you.
I don't even care. It's whatever.
I still have it. So
again, it doesn't matter because remember, I found a shark tooth at Venice Beach when I went with you. It took for freaking ever, but I found one.
Yeah, that beach can be hit or miss with what we get there. But anyways,
speaking of
I
beaches,
still have it, but
speaking of beaches, Adam, tell me about your summer.
No, Alec, you go next.
I should go next?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alec, I know what you did last summer.
Was more exciting.
All right, sure. I mean, every year my family goes to the Lake of the Ozarks, which is an awesome time. Wakeboarding and tubing, and it's a freaking blast down there for me to like play with all of my camera gear too. Got like the GoPro with the gimbal and stuff to get that silky smooth footage, and a drone, and it's just such a fun time. It's like a little camera playground for me. Trying to think what else we did. I think that might have been our
with the VR glasses so that you can just like see what the picture is as you're taking it with the VR drone.
Yeah, I mean that stuff's really cool.
If you got $6,000 to spare, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy expensive for that. It's like I don't need that, you know. Plus, I'd rather be able to like, you know, easily like look up and see where the drone is in the sky.
I mean, that's fair. Also, motion sickness is the thing. So
I don't really get motion sickness. I don't know.
Maybe you could actually drive it then.
Yeah. But I think that was kind of it for me. It was like, that's the big one. We also go on like a float trip to the Niagara River. Which is also a fun time to just like film stuff. I love going out there because there's like no other lights. So I can like do some astrophotography and some like time lapses of like the stars moving across the sky.
Wait, you've been getting into astrophotography?
I mean, like not like the real like NASA stuff, just like the kind where you know, put a camera,
like
point a camera to the sky and take pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
As in like, you know, doing like the long exposure settings and all that, and being able to do like star trails and time lapses. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Not like Hubble telescope.
Yeah, that's where I was kind of like excited for a second, because a lot of my former classmates from my astro curriculum are getting into the astrophotography stuff now, and they've got access to like pretty high power telescopes and all that, and so they're getting some real cool pictures. And I've seen your like time lapses and like the star trails and all that, but thought like, oh shoot, are you actually getting like more high res pictures of like some sort of nebula or something like that out in space? Because I haven't seen anything like that.
No, that'd be cool though. And wasn't the like a few months ago, like they published the whole thing about like it was the first picture of a black hole, and there was kind of a meme going around of this girl, and she was a Michigan grad, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say she got her undergrad at Michigan, and I think like her she did grad school at MIT maybe, but yeah, her undergrad was Michigan.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
With,
she was like
her
on that team.
Hands over her mouth or whatever.
Yeah, she was so excited that like they got the picture.
Yeah, it was really
that's
cute
cool.
Picture.
Okay, Adam, show me up.
Yeah. Well, my summer started in March, basically.
It's a good start.
So, yeah, well, I mean, like, it all rolled into one big summer vacation, and then the rest of my summer, like, from the middle of June on, was really boring. But it started with going to Europe. I did a 6-week externship, not an internship, an externship with the Planetarium in Guben, Germany, which is a very, very small little town on the border with Poland. It's about an hour and a half train ride south of Berlin.
High tension area, like almost 100 years ago.
The what?
It's a very high tension area from like almost 100 years ago.
Yeah, so I forget what line they called it, but the line that the Allied powers drew to split Poland from Germany went right through the middle of Guben. So you have Guben, Germany, and then right across the river is Gubin, Poland.
So the town basically like split in half?
Yeah, it's like Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas.
Except they changed the pronunciation of it.
Yeah, it was Guben, Germany, and Gubin, Poland.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I prefer Guben over Gubin all day.
Yeah, so whenever, like, we stayed so close to Poland that whenever we would take breaks when we were working, I could throw a rock across the river into Poland.
But he wouldn't do that because if he would, that would be seen as a very not nice thing to do to another foreign country.
Yes, waging war in Poland. Yes.
Yes, we did. We've been there, and we are not going back. Are we, Adam?
No, we're not. But anyway,
so a little off topic, but I want to interject real quick. My dad, after he graduated college, he and some friends went on a trip to Europe, and they were in Germany right as they were like tearing down the wall, the Berlin Wall, like as they were tearing that down.
That's cool.
So he was there, and they were just like people were just like giving out chunks of the wall. So my dad, it's somewhere here, but he has a piece of the Berlin Wall, like from the days they were tearing it down, which was so cool.
Oh, dude, they sell those things like hotcakes in Berlin.
Yeah, but he just picked it up because he was there.
Yeah, well, I bought pieces of the wall, like a true capitalist would.
Well, I'm curious.
Like your communist dad.
How long will that be able to go for before it's obvious that they're not selling like legit pieces of the wall anymore?
Dude, I don't know. Like, honestly, they could just like set some concrete, paint it, and then glue it onto the thing. Glue it onto something that says it was a part of the wall.
Right.
So, but in my heart, it was a part of the Berlin Wall.
It's more about the experience. I get you.
Yeah.
And
no, but
I don't know that it wouldn't be a fake piece. Like it probably is real. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But like they sell the pieces of the wall just in about like every souvenir shop in Berlin.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's stupid cheap, but I guess you're paying for concrete, so who's the real fool? Anyway. So beforehand I went 2 weeks 2.5 weeks ish early beforehand to travel around with some friends. We went to Scotland. We went to the Loch. We tried to find the Loch Ness Monster. Didn't see it, but that loch is absolutely ginormous, and I could see how Nessie could hide in there. We went to Edinburgh. We also went to London. We went to Luxembourg
Hey, all four
City.
of us went to London too.
Yes. Yeah, it was a lot of fun going back. I don't want to go again. London is super duper expensive.
Is it really?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I mean, plus the pound. I don't know what the pound is,
the
at
kilogram.
the time of the recording.
kilogram. The kilogram. Thank you.
Yeah, the kilogram. No, the pound at like October 7th is like 1.4 times the dollar.
Remember when that wasn't the case when we went, and it was great.
Yeah. But like London's expensive anyway because it's it's a big city. I mean, London's bigger than New York City, so it's going to be expensive anyway. And then the pound is stronger than the dollar, so it's even more expensive. But anyway, we went to Luxembourg City. That was actually a lot of fun. Really interesting place. Then we went to Berlin, and then we went down to Guben, and then basically in Guben we were there for 5 weeks working. But every weekend we went somewhere different. We went to Munich, we went to Dresden, we went to Nuremberg.
He's just making up words.
Yeah, I know, right? Basically the entire like Bavaria, the southeastern side of Germany we explored, as well as Prague in the Czech Republic. That was a lot of fun too. But anyway, so that all rolled in. We flew back at the end of April. Then pretty much I waited a couple of days. I went to see my brother graduate from his graduate program, and then came back. And then a week later, in there, I did like a poster presentation for my research I did. That got accepted for a poster presentation at Change Med Ed conference. That was neat. But then I graduated like a week later. And then a week after that, I went down to the Outer Banks with my family, like we always do. So for those of you who don't know, my grandparents owned a beach house in the Outer Banks, North Carolina. So we get a free week of beach vacation every year. It's kind of cool.
I've been there.
Yes.
It's great.
Super cool from what I've heard.
Yes. I mean, like, the beach is like the same as it is always. I've been going there ever since I was a kid. I think my grandparents bought the beach house in 1990. And they've been going every year since. So actually the cool part about it, I think, was that my grandmother named it the Dream of Jeannie. Her name is Jeannie. But she named
that's really cute.
Well, the cuter part is it's called the Dream of Jeannie because it was her dream that her family would get together every year for summer vacation and spend a week together.
Oh my God, my heart can't take that.
It's too wholesome.
Right? Yeah, I know. I mean, except now that everybody's older, I have 2 cousins that live out in California. Obviously, my older brothers are doing their own thing in Dayton, and the other one's finishing up law school, and my little sister is graduating college this year and on track to get a big girl job.
Shout out to Lauren Luton. Hey, girl.
She's gonna be
I know. Yeah, I know, right? Actually, she already has a big girl job.
What is she doing?
She's doing RN at she's shadowing I don't know, Lauren, you might have to correct me on this. But she's shadowing at the VA hospital in Kansas City. And she's signed a contract for 2 years, so she'll just, so pending that she passes the NCLEX, which is like the bar exam, but for nurses. So pending that, she'll get an RN job at the VA.
Oh, cool.
So basically, she just has to graduate, pass this test, then she'll have a job.
That's awesome.
Well,
yeah,
Lauren,
right?
I'm proud of you. I think you listen to this. I'm proud of you, Lauren.
I'm proud.
Way to go, Lauren.
I'm proud of Milo Luton.
I miss Lauren. We need to have her on here.
I know, right?
Yes.
We'll have to do like that siblings episode. We need her and then potentially JD. That'd be fun.
It should just be us, one of each of our siblings, and then like none of us.
Just like standing in for us, yeah.
So like JD, Lauren, Jancy, and then I mean probably Isaac or Adam or
Elise.
Those are the three
Excuse you.
options, I guess.
Elise.
Yeah.
We'll take Elise. Not that there's anything wrong with your brothers, but like we know Elise.
Well, Adam,
Yeah.
where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go?
Yeah.
I'd be down to go back to Europe.
Where
Let me go back to
specifically?
Europe. Dude, I don't. Actually, I'd like to go to the western side of Germany. I think that would be a lot of fun. Because I've done basically Germany. It actually is a pretty big country. But the only fun things on the eastern side are Berlin and then Bavaria, which is like really down south in the Swiss Alps. And that's like where all the fun Oktoberfest activities happen, like in Munich.
Germany.
Yeah, that's basically the only fun parts in Germany. But on the western side, you have the Rhine River Valley, which is like where all the industrial cool parts are. Where I guess Dusseldorf, Cologne, all the other big cities of Germany are there. I'd like to go back there. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would,
Where would
I feel like I'd appreciate that more if, like, I feel like I'd appreciate the places you just listed more if I knew them, and I'm not a very cultured person.
Yeah, right now they're all just a bunch of funny sounding words to me.
yeah,
Like,
so like
I know Berlin.
Yeah, there's Hamburg, Hanover, Dortmund, Cologne, Frankfurt, Stuttgart.
I
That
recognized
means
Hamburger
nothing
and
to any of
Frankfurt.
you does it.
Because those are foods.
Yes.
USA.
Yeah.
Load and load. Anyway, Alec.
Yeah,
What's
Alec,
your-
where would you want to go next summer? Plan your very next summer right now. Where are you going?
I mean, I don't think we really have like definitive plans for anything, but I'd really like to go to Hawaii. I feel like that's like one of the generic tourist spots you have to go to at least once in your life.
Or live there like I did. #YOLO.
Sure. I like.
How old were you when you lived there?
Like a year and a half or 2 years old.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
we'll
don't
just leave it
remember
there.
any part of it.
Except apparently that's where your obsession with Lilo and Stitch came from.
No,
Apparently.
that's actually more tied into the astrophysics side of things.
Maybe it was just meant to be that all these little factors about Lilo and Stitch that played into your life.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch is the reason I ended up as an astrophysicist, not Star Wars. Anyways, so you want to go out to Hawaii, live that beach lifestyle, eat some spit roasted
Well, I think
pig?
it'd be fun, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just be fun to visit it. I think to New Zealand, or I guess just Australia maybe,
Ooh.
but New Zealand especially because everything I've seen of it is like just beautiful. Also, that is the home of Taika Waititi, my favorite director. Hashtag Jojo Rabbit coming out in like a week or something. I don't know.
I want to see that.
I know it looks so good. This is a shameless plug for Jojo Rabbit because that movie looks so good. And Taika Waititi is so good. Okay.
Now we got them all wind up. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. I'll watch the trailer or something after this and I'll calm down.
Yeah, Alex not wrong. Taika is kind of the GOAT.
And he's just getting bigger. I love it. Okay, sorry. Before I go on, because I will go on. Andrew, where do you want to go?
So here's the thing. My extended family travels a lot, like overseas and everything. Spain, Italy, wherever you name it, Egypt. They're always there. And they frequently go with like other aunts and uncles and stuff like that too. And so we get invited to do that. And every single time I'm just like, can we not do that, Mom and Dad? I'm not about that. So my places aren't going to be somewhere big and exciting like Dusseldorf or, Hamburger or Coney Island Dog or wherever it was. So I don't know. Honestly, like, I just really love food, and I would totally just plan a vacation around that. And there's two kind of routes I'd want to do. One is just like do a road trip, hit all of the barbecue capitals of the world. Although I feel like I already know what the answer is, which, as we've said on here before, is that KC has the best barbecue. So honestly, the other places might be kind of a waste of time, but it would still be neat to see. And the second thing is, there was one year I went down for I think it was the Sugar Bowl or something like that in New Orleans back when my uncle was still coaching at LSU. And we went to this little grill down in New Orleans called Camellia's Bar, or just Camellia's. I don't remember. It's been years. But basically, it's just kind of like an old kind of Waffle Housey diner type feel, but like with great food. But, it's just like one bar that you sit around, and then there's like the flat top grills right there, and they just cook the stuff right there. Whatever. The cooks and everything are all right there and are loud and kind of yelling back at you and stuff like that, which is, a fun time. But I had to wait in line for about 35 minutes because it was out the door. Got in there, started my meal with the best chili cheese fries I've ever had, then had the best Philly cheesesteak sandwich I've ever had. And then after that, which was the best part, I was really fat at this time in my life and could just like eat everything. So I wasn't full after a whole mess of chili cheese fries and a Philly cheesesteak. So I decided to get pecan pie, specifically a dirty pecan pie. For those of you who don't know, that's pecan pie with chocolate in it. So I ordered that. And of course, I'm going to get that with a scoop of ice cream too, because how could you not? Dude at the grill literally cuts off a piece of pie, throws it onto the grill to warm it up, is literally beating it with his metal spatula, because he told me he needed to get the calories out of it, which that's fair. That holds up. But then he had just beaten the calories out of it, so we couldn't let it be too healthy. So he takes out one of those, those kind of like red or yellow squeeze bottles of ketchup with the pointy tip. He pulled out a clear one of that, which is, I'm not even kidding, filled with just pure liquid butter, and squirted that all over the piece of pie while it's still, on the grill. Pulls it off. Oh my God. And then adds a massive scoop of ice cream to it. And it was just probably one of the top 3 food experiences I've ever had, if my memory serves me. So either the barbecue tour or go down to New Orleans specifically to do that and then do nothing else there.
Hey, wait, so what was getting diabetes like?
I don't know, but that's actually become a concern for me, because I was telling you guys the other week that I feel like I might be possibly addicted to sugar now, and that I didn't always have a big sweet tooth, but all I'm doing is eating dessert, it feels like, and I'm always craving a different type of dessert after that dessert that I've eaten. Like if I have chocolate chip cookies for dinner, not too long after that, I'm craving like a piece of peach pie, so then I go and get that, and it's just this never-ending cycle. And I was like a little worried about it just from the addiction perspective, but not too worried about it from a weight gain perspective, because I'm managing that and staying stable there. But I did remember the other day that diabetes was a thing, so I'm trying to cut back on that now, because that could still happen. So
he's going for that type 2, baby.
I'm not finna be a pirate or anything. I want to keep both of my feet. So, but yeah, that would be my vacation as of right now. It's just totally something planned around food. What about you, Jesse? Back to Vegas?
It's tempting. But I think I used up all my luck for the year on my birthday when I won that $25 scratcher. And I got a scratcher for free from the Missouri State Lottery, because I registered for their like online thing. So if like you buy scratchers, you can put the money that you spend on the scratchers in, and eventually get points or whatever. I don't play enough, but there was a day that I like bought $30 worth of scratchers, because I had just sold like $500 worth of stuff, and I was like, okay, I'd take $30 of it and just go play scratchers. I'm okay losing all this money. And I wound up playing like 80 something scratchers off of $30.
Wow.
Because I just kept getting more and more tickets. Or I'd get, like $8 or something. But no, like they gave me that, and I got on my birthday, and I got a $25 scratcher. or got $25 from a $1 scratcher.
So quick
then-
PSA, because I have seen how bad that can get for some people, like specifically with scratchers. I used to work at a gas station, and we would sell those, up at the counter, and there are people that will come in like daily and drop $200-$400 on scratchers.
Yeah.
It's
I believe it.
horrifying to watch.
I will do that. No, not that severely, but I will go in and like have like, okay, here's $10 for this month for Scratcher. Again, it's the fiscal thing. Like I want to have fun with it and play that game, and just on the off chance, which it never will, but it's exciting. That's entertaining to me. But then like I limit myself, and on that one, it was like, hey, you just made $500. We're going to take like less than 10% of the profit. We're going to go play like the lottery with it. And like, I had a great time. It was like an hour and a half of fun for $30. And I was like, hey, that's not a bad trade-off. But oh my God, like I kept calling my parents and everything. I was like, I understand why people are addicted. This is so much fun. So, but no, back to your question. I would go to Canada. I want to do a road trip through Canada so freaking bad. I've never been.
Want to join me, Jesse?
I've never been to Canada. So are you going?
Maybe. I don't know. Actually, maybe. Me and my siblings, we've been talking about going to Toronto for a Capitals game next year.
Oh, well, I mean...
Oh, that's right.
Sure, that would be great. But, like, I'm talking, like, full-on road trip, like, up, over, and around all parts of Canada. Like, hit all the sites, take a full-on road trip.
Okay,
There's plenty of them planned on the internet that you can just, like, hop along Google Maps and follow.
You could just road trip through Michigan, which is just Canada, but with freedom.
Okay. No maple syrup, though. Alec, what's your idea?
I think we should do Millennial Malarkey on the road, where we do a road trip like that and then record like either as we're like driving somewhere, or, we stop somewhere, maybe like each day, and do a little like mini episode.
As long as it's not through Canada, I'm fine with that. You could never get me to step foot in that country.
We could literally be driving in the same car, and all of a sudden in the background you hear, oh my God, Adam, a deer. And then, oh God. Guys, I think we're going to have to stop recording, and we'll have to post that one.
That'll be the Millennial Malarkey Lost Tapes.
The Lost Tapes.
Yeah, does Adam's car have a black box?
Possibly. Anyway, so let's go ahead and end the episode with a would you rather question. Jesse, coming in hot. Would you rather live in a cave or live in a treehouse?
Treehouse. Have you seen some of the things they make? Also, I'm a very big man in terms of height. I would not get along well in caves. I mean, I know there's big caves, but even still. Treehouse.
Fair enough. Andrew?
I think if a cave is good enough for a dragon, it's good enough for me. So cave me up, baby.
Very good reasoning, Alex.
Thank you.
That's so hard because it's like, it depends on where. Because I feel like if it was like somewhere near here, it wouldn't be a very cool tree house, right? But there's also like the potential of having like something on par with like what you see in like Tarzan, in the 1990 something animated movie. Like that's a dope tree house. But caves are also so much more mysterious, and that's where Batman lives. And it's like, okay, if I had to choose one though, I would say treehouse, because I feel like I'd get depressed in a cave.
What about a tree cave?
Oh my God.
Like an owl.
What?
Okay, what about a treehouse in a cave?
Oh.
Like it's one of those where there's...
I don't think that works like that.
No, I was saying like, what if there's like some sort of like small opening at the top of the cave where light's peeking through so the tree can grow and water can come in?
Does that make it a cave or a shaft?
Andrew,
I would like
Adam,
to live
you don't give him stuff like that.
Adam knew what he was doing.
Treehouse, final answer.
Treehouse.
Adam.
I'm going with cave, because just imagine all the savings you would have on your AC and heating bill. That's a lot of savings.
Going
so Adam and I
geothermal,
are going to move
baby.
into a cave together, and Jesse, you and Alec can build your own little Ewok indoor tree village together.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, dang it, that's the Jawas. Dang it.
Yeah, you're thinking of Yub, or you need to be thinking of Yub Nub, my friend.
Yub Nub.
Yub Nub. Anyway, join us next week when we bring an Ewok and interview an Ewok.
That'll be fun until he eats one of us.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, gentlemen.
I got $25 from a $1 scratcher.
So, quick
then-
PSA, because I have seen how bad that can get for some people. Like, specifically with scratchers, I used to work at a gas station, and we would sell those, up at the counter.
They
and
sell those at gas stations?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sell all kinds of lottery tickets there.
Oh,
But-
wait, he's being facetious.
No, I'm serious. We sell all kinds of lottery tickets there.
Adam was being facetious.
Oh, I'm just an idiot. It's fine.